Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here we awaken, inspire, motivate, and heal. If that sounds good to you and you would like to get notified when I upload a video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And before jumping right into it, I want to say yesterday when I made a video, I realized I forgot to put in my earpods there. So, meaning sometimes my finger goes over the speaker when I'm holding the phone, so sometimes it kind of makes it so you can't hear me. So I did not rewatch yesterday's video, so if there's some sort of an audio issue, that is why my finger was covering the speaker, and from now on I'm going to try to keep these in for that reason. So I apologize if there was any issues because of that, but let's go ahead and jump right on in now. So this video is going to be something that is kind of controversial, but fuck it, right? Like, I have all sorts of knowledge and information that is not normal when it comes to humans teaching other humans, if that makes sense. So I don't know if it does, but basically, you do not need a job to make money. This is a it's a really kind of sad lie that we've all been taught, is that you need a job to make money. And I'm going to tell you why this is really just kind of sad. So basically, we've all been taught that you go to work and you exchange your time for money. This will never make you rich. Ever. Not in a million years. Because you know what? You only have so much time. And last time I checked, there's nobody making like $20,000 an hour, unless you're like a celebrity and you're on TV, or you're, getting paid to be on the stage, maybe TED Talks, things like that. Nobody has a job where they're making $10,000 an hour. No. But instead, they do this other thing that this is going to be just a very kind of overview of this, because there's books and books and books that go deep into this and tell you way more than I ever could, which I would highly recommend reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and number 2, which is Cash Flow Quadrant. Those 2 books changed my life forever, and I swear to God, I really, 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 really think that they should give everybody a copy of each of those books, like when they graduate. Like, here you go, this is for you. Because now you're an adult living on this planet. But they don't want you to know. See, the school system is all tied in with the government and what they want to teach you versus what they don't want you to know. Things are classified for a reason, right? And not all of those reasons are actually legitimate reasons, like for our safety, or like, to reduce panic, or like some things we should just not be told about, but it's one of the things. So it limits our knowledge so that we are, oblivious to very important things on this planet that they're just not going to admit to us. Like, finally, the CIA came out and said that manifestation is a thing. Slowly, different things are being released, but they really don't want that. That's as the Earth's frequency is rising. So, if you don't need a job to make money, then how do you make money? Well, money is a frequency it's a currency of exchange, so it has its own frequency. Which I can get way depth into that, but that's going to be kind of a side. That might be a separate video, like the frequency of money. This video is talking about how to get your brain to start thinking about how I can make money in different ways besides a damn job. Because, again, you don't need one of those. Many times when you're building a business, you will also have a job until your business takes off. But again, you don't really need one, because all money is a currency of exchange. You don't have to necessarily exchange your time for that. Like, yes, you do, but it can be like in very small increments, and then you get paid over and over and over and over and over and over again for how much work you did once. You don't have to continue to put in a shit ton of work to get paid a little bit. Like that's outdated. It really is. So let me give you an example. What about writing a book? Now, this is not the only way. There is literally hundreds and thousands of millions of different ways you can make money, let's say online, where you put in work once and then you get paid forever. And of course, that is talking about if you can market your stuff correctly, because I don't know if I mentioned this on here. I think I did in one of my first videos, but I recently had launched my first official book, or published my first official book, Obsession, Confusion, How to Be With Your Twin Flame already. And I have 2 others in the making that I'm writing. But the point is, I kind of thought that if I publish it, the money's just going to roll in. And that's not what happened. I realized, oh shit, I have to pay to market it. Which is fine. Like, I will. Like, that's not going to stop me, right? That was just a little bit like, oh, duh. Like, no wonder I didn't, like, check my dashboard and just get all this money in, like, 2 days, because Amazon does not market your stuff for you. I published through KDP, which is Amazon Publishing, and there is a box that you can check that, so they will market it for you for free. But when you check that little box, if you push the little, the little green or blue, whatever it says, and click the link to read the terms or whatever, it talks about how you can't launch that book on anywhere else. Like, nowhere else. Strictly only Amazon KDP. And I was like, no. No, I'm launching this everywhere. And I will pay my own advertising. Thank you very much. But anyway, you put in the book, or the time. You put in the time to write the book once. And if you want, you can hire somebody to edit it, or you can put in the time to edit it yourself, or however the hell you want to write that. So, some people even hire somebody else to write their book, hire someone else to edit it, and then they publish it. And then they make money, forever once they're advertising. But the point is, that is one of many, 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 many different ways you can make money without a job. You don't need a damn job. Money is a currency of, why am I not saying this right? It's a method of exchange. You're literally exchanging value. So all you need to think is, what can I do to give people some value? Like, what can I give the world? And YouTube is another example of this, by the way, because once you hit the minimum requirements of, I believe it's 4,000 watch hours and something else. I don't know, I'm going to have to go over them again. But once you are on YouTube for a certain amount of period of time, you will get paid. I feel like this is common knowledge, but I've also talked to people that had no idea. So I'm telling you. Scroll on YouTube for a little bit, see some of these videos, and just look at the view counts. Go on Google and, well, you can go on Google and kind of just estimate, like, what they're making through, like, different pages, but I don't actually know what those, like, websites are where you put in the username and then it estimates their earnings. I've seen them, like, in videos, but I don't remember what they're called. But in general, you make about, I don't know if it was $1 every 1,000 views, approximately, I think it was, when I was researching. But you get a video, a couple million views, and can you imagine how much these people are making? Especially when they have multiple videos. And especially when you just keep making videos and your channel keeps growing and all of your videos views go up. Like, all of those ads you have to skip through the video, that means that they're sponsored. That means that they're getting paid. If there's an ad on that video, they're getting paid for that ad, because that ad is being shown to people because somebody paid money for that ad to be shown to more people because they want their product to be purchased to more people. And somebody is like, I want to get paid for my video. Put some ads in there so, some people can sell their stuff and I'll get the money for the ads. Which, you don't get all of it. YouTube obviously gets part of it. But the point is, There is so many. Your job is to think outside of the box. See, your brain will work for you or against you depending on the things you say. Your brain aligns with what comes out of your mouth. Was I talking about this yesterday or 2 days ago? I don't know. But, or it would have been 3 because I didn't make a video 2 days ago. The point is, if you say, I can never make any money, there's never enough money, I can't find any ways to make money, blah, 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 you are going to have a hard fucking time coming up with ways to make money. But if you are constantly saying, how can I come up with X amount of dollars? How can I provide the kind of value to people to earn X amount of dollars? The question is how. As soon as you start asking how, there is an answer, and your brain's going to work to find it. That's such a good thing. See, that is where wealth is truly made. That is when you stop killing yourself for money. Stop killing yourself, exchanging your time for money, and you start learning how to make your money make more money. And it doesn't necessarily have to be investing. It can just be opening your own business. I was trying to explain this to my son. He is 7, and I want him to have a very positive relationship with money. So I kind of drew on a piece of paper, like a job. And, he knows a job. Think of different fast food places, and he understands what a job is, So I explained this person goes to their job over and over and over again, almost every day to make this much money. Always. It will always make this much money. Maybe it increases a little bit. And I explained to him that a job is just over broke. It's an acronym, right? And that in order to make money, you have to be putting money into something, investing in something, putting money into assets instead of liabilities. And I try to explain this to him as much as he can understand. I will continue to explain it to him until he understands. But the point is, they talk about this, Robert does, in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or was it Cash Flow Quadrant, or both of them, I don't know, but so poor people, when they get paid, they spend their money on liabilities, things that they want that's not going to generate any money back to them. Like, I went to Target yesterday, like I said I was going to, and I got myself a swimming suit top, also, just a top, because I'm that type of person, and got the matching thing to go with it. I got that dress and a couple other things. Anyway, the point is, I was well aware that when I buy these, this isn't an investment. The money's just gone, which is why I made sure that I absolutely fucking loved them before I bought them, because your money is just gone. See, the rich people, they don't just get paid and go buy a car and go buy all this nice shit. Like, no. They don't do that. That's how you end up broke. You put all of your money when you get paid, or not all of it, but a decent amount of it, every single time you get paid, into assets. You're investing in something, whether you're investing to pay somebody to write that book for you, you're investing to pay somebody else to edit it, you're investing to pay to advertise it, you're investing in something that will produce money for you later. That's the difference between the poor people or poor and middle class, and then the rich. That is the difference. Rich people are taught to put their money into assets and then liabilities. In fact, there's like a chart in the book, so I can kind of try to explain this to you, but it's kind of hard if I'm not showing you. But it had a couple squares, and one is your income, so like how you're making your money. Most people, for that, it's a job, right? And then the other charts are assets. This is called if you guys want to look it up, some sort of data balance sheet. If I think of it, I'll tell you. So this is what banks are looking for when they when you go to get a loan. Actually, most people think they're looking for like, oh, this is my job, and you're actually less, the percentage is less that you're actually going to get that fucking loan if you are just telling them, this is how I work and this is how much money I make. No, they want to see if you're smart with your money. They want to see if you're going to be rich later. So they want to see one of these. From my understanding, they don't ask for one, because then you would specifically supply them what they're looking for. If you bring it to them, they know that you're smart enough to make money, basically, because you're smart enough to know how the chart works and how money should be spent versus not going to be spent, going to stay broke. So I'm going to kind of go over how this works. Your income, broke people, it's going to point right from the income right into the expenses box, where all of your income just gets spent on expenses or liabilities, right? So expenses are obviously bills, things that you need to pay for. Liabilities are optional things that everybody wants, but it's not going to create you any money. And then you got an assets column. That assets column means, what are you investing in to make money back, to make your money work for you? See, they want to see this chart because they want to see if your income is going right into your liabilities and it's gone. Or they want to see if your chart has your income going into your assets and then your assets going into your income. Because at that point, that means that you have now put in enough money, invested enough money in your assets where your assets are now paying you. And that's your income. And then when you put money into assets and then it goes into your income, that's when you can spend money on liabilities, because that's when you can afford it. See, this is a whole system that is taught in the book. He explains this, and he also explains how this is not taught in schools. This is only taught from rich kids' parents. Because, see, the way the world is set up, we all know that some rich people are real fucking douchebags. For real. But that's not everybody. Money enhances your personality. Seriously. Money changes people. No, it doesn't. It brings out the truth, is what it does. See, money gives you power. With money, you have more choices. You have more freedom. You can do more shit. See, when you're broke, you can be an absolute shitty person, but you can't go out and do any shitty stuff because you don't have the money for the gas or the money to fucking go buy the gun to rob somebody. I don't know. The point is, when you have more money, you can do whatever you want. See, money doesn't just corrupt people. You're already a fucked up person if you're going to do some fucked up shit when you get money. Good people do good shit when they get money. That's the difference. Money doesn't change who you are. It enhances your heart. So, you better be a goddamn good person if you're on here. I'm sure you are, otherwise the universe wouldn't even bring you to my channel, to be honest. Unless you just personally actually know me and search me up and is just hating on my shit. And that way, well, thanks for the view. Anyway. So, for the longest time, this is a really shitty rich person move, is to only teach their kids that, but keep it hush-hush around everyone else. Like, the world doesn't need to know how money makes money. I'm just going to teach my kids so that my kids can have, the generational wealth, which, yes, I want my son to have that, but I'm also one here speaking to you guys. I will never, ever sit on TV and say that, oh, I'm just lucky. Like, no, I worked for all this shit. Like, I'm continuing to work for all this shit, and I'm going to continue to work for all this shit. So, it's just, I am going to be the one that's out there, kind of like Robert. Apparently a bunch of his rich, I wouldn't call them friends. I don't know what he called them. I don't remember. But he said a bunch of different rich people he knew told him not to write the book. That's a douchebag move, to be honest. Because the world needs to know. Like, it's really fucked up. They say that if you equally divide all the money in the world into everybody's pockets, that within, like, I don't know, a week, a month, it would all end up back in the same pockets. And that's because of the way you are spending your money. That's because of the chart I was just talking about. How do you spend your money? Are you investing your money into assets? Are you buying liabilities? Because those liabilities, see, it's not that you can't buy liabilities, but you have to do that, like, more budgeting. You have to be like, okay, I only have X amount for like liabilities right now. I am putting this amount into assets. I am investing. See, if you are investing, that doesn't mean that you can't buy any liabilities. It just means that you have to be smart with it. You know, it's a balancing game. But the point is, as long as you're strategically always making sure to put money into assets, that money will come back, and that assets will be going into your income. And then you really start to unlock more of life because you realize, shit, yeah, I don't have to work for my money. Like I can make my money work for me. And that's really just the smart side of it. And you don't have to be a horrible fucking person. See, half of you probably didn't even click on this video because you're probably like, oh, that's just some rich bitch talk or something. Like, no, one, I was raised very, very, very poor. Two, my drive to make money comes from my desire to actually help people. You cannot be broke enough to help some other broke person get more money. You can, okay? You cannot get sick enough to help the sick get better, okay? That shit is just fucking ridiculous to me. Like, who the fuck started saying that shit anyway? What? No, you can't help nobody if you broke as fuck, okay? I'm sorry. Volunteer your time. You don't even have enough time to make enough money so where you don't have to be in the cycle of going to work to make money to live, to go to work to make money to live, to go to work to make money to live, to go. You don't even have enough time as it is, and you're telling me to go volunteer your time to help somebody? Like, you don't even have enough time for yourself. What? No, you need to make money to make some real goddamn change on this fucking planet, and nobody's gonna change my mind about this, okay? So I'm gonna make this real fucking clear. Wanting more money does not make you a bad fucking person. No. If you are a bad fucking person, that there's other things to that. It has nothing to do with money. Nothing. Okay? Like, when I think about all the money that I'm getting back, because I have been investing. I have been investing in shit for at least 6 years, actually. Putting money and time into my investments. And I'm just waiting on my asset column. Like, I'm just going to keep putting in here. It's okay. Like, I'm patient, whatever. I understand. I'm also breaking a generational, I don't know if it's a generational curse or multiple generational curses when it comes to the women in my family, unfortunately. I realized that there's curses that were placed upon my ancestors, and I am supposed to be the one to break this curse, which I'm definitely going to be able to do, but it's just taking a minute, because, yeah, my bloodline is cursed, so that means I just have to work harder for that money, but since I am breaking the curses, that's not going to be a problem in my family anymore, because I'm cutting that shit off. Like, no, I read the right books. I learned what I need to learn. I'm doing what I need to do. And I have a pure heart. And I'm excited about the charities I'm going to give to, because I specifically want to help people that need it. And I'm excited to just be giving away the copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant. I swear to God, I'm going to be buying a bunch of them off the shelves, or, getting them sent in the mail just to give them away to people, because seriously, I'm not going to stand up here and be like, oh, I'm better than all you because I know how to spend my money better and blah, blah, blah. Like, bitch, I'm teaching you, okay? You're not going to be able to compete with me because I'm not trying to compete with you, okay? You understand? I'm teaching you. And you can't really compete with the teacher because, again, the teacher's not competing with you. So, I'm not that type of a person. I am the type of person to shed light on the truth and break the motherfucking chains. I am a mold breaker. That's what the fuck I do. That is why I don't shave anymore. That is why I am so outspoken. That is why I am the fucking weird one. And I'm sitting over here like, is that supposed to make me feel bad or something? Because it doesn't. In fact, I'd rather be weird than be like you guys. Like, some humans got their shit all the way fucked up. Anyway, I don't care about that whole is that called validation from other people? No. I don't need that. I mean, it's appreciated if you're gonna tell me, you know, that I inspire you and all this stuff, because I absolutely love to hear that. I love to hear all that shit, because that's my goal. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm putting all my effort into. But people start talking shit about me. Am I gonna start crying? Am I gonna have a problem? Like, am I gonna start changing myself to make other people feel more comfortable? No. Too bad. Like, so let's see if I can give you any more tips, because I do want this video. I am I just saw 25, so I obviously talk a lot, but I'm trying to keep it on topic. So let's see, we covered that you have to spend your money on assets before liabilities. It's important. We covered the 2 books that you definitely need to read. I would also recommend some big name ones like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's a couple that I have heard of or been kind of reading into. But seriously, the 2 by Robert Kiyosaki, those are game changers. Seriously, because what he did is like what the subtitle, I think it's called. Like, there's the main title and then like the subtitle before the author's name. I believe that's what they called. I am a published author and I don't even remember what that's called. Anyway, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then the sub thing was, watch the rich teach their kids that the poor and middle class do not. If that ain't all you need to know, then I don't know what is, because that's all you need to know. Seriously, for real. You need to get yourself out of the idea that you have to work for money. Like, yes, there is time periods where when people are building their business, they have to be at work temporarily. But you do not need to work your entire life for money. I swear to fucking God, you do not have to. And there is more jobs online right now than there is actual human beings on the planet. See, we were taught by our parents and our parents' 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 parents that you have to do this, you have to do this, because they had to. Like, or technically they didn't even have to, because there was rich people in their generations too. It was just harder for them. It's really easy for us right now because of the internet. Holy shit, it just made everything super easy for us when it comes to making money, because now we got options, right? Like, we got options. Like I said in one of the introduction to my purpose video, I said that I've tried about 50 different ways to make money online, just for me to like hit a roadblock. A couple times I realized, okay, this is not for me. In fact, I'm quitting this and I'm never coming back to this. So then I'm just gonna take my bag of blessings and leave, right? Like, I learned some shit, I'm gone. But some other shit that I had been working on, I just set aside, and I was like, I'm gonna finish that later. Like, it's not done, but it's almost done. Like, I have a book that is actually currently done, being written. Like, maybe I can go through and edit it just a little bit, but it just needs to be formatted and it's published. And then I'm writing the other one. That's done. Like, it's done. Because I've been investing either time, money, or both into assets, into stuff that is going to make me money, because I care about that stuff. I care about if my son is going to be struggling the same way I am. I don't want to say I am, but, you know, I have been, because when you are moving tax brackets, or you're moving from poor to middle class to rich, it's really an adjustment. Mindset, the way you spend your money, the way you talk to people about money, like, you develop a relationship with money. And it's very important that you kind of not only learn how to spend it correctly, but you also kind of get rid of the blocks and the bullshit, because there'll be things that will pop up that you heard as a child all the goddamn time. Like, oh, here, money doesn't grow on trees. It's like, money is made of paper. And they're constantly printing more of it. Like, that's, who the fuck's that? Like, what? Like, y'all are talking about, like, falling off of the tree. Like, the tree's just gonna grow it for you. Like, no, but literally, money is made of paper, and they are constantly printing it. And, you know, when you start to learn how to make some of it, it can kind of seem like it's just falling off the trees, right? Like, that one is just kind of bullshit to me. Like, I don't fucking get it. And then there's other ones that I also just don't get, that everyone else constantly says that are just bullshit, and it's just blocking you in your own head. Like, and then do you badmouth money? Do you talk shit about money? Like, you will not hear me talking shit about money, okay? I have a incredible relationship with money, and I am continuing to have a better relationship with money because I care about money. I respect money. I'm not gonna start bad talking her like fucking she's some bitch piece of shit. I had another bill today, or an unexpected this, and I never have enough of you, and blah blah blah. If someone's talking shit about you, aren't you gonna kind of leave them on their own too? Because I am. Like, I'm just saying, guys, money is an energy, and you have to kind of get in tune with that. Understand that, thank you, money. You're a resource. You're a tool. And I've told people this before, and some people don't fucking like it, but I'm gonna say it. The same hammer that can build a beautiful, beautiful, just incredible house can be used to murder a family of 5, depending on who's holding the hammer. Money is the goddamn fucking same exact fucking thing. Same exact fucking thing. I don't even give a fuck. It's a tool, okay? Again, it's not going to make you a bad person. The hammer doesn't make someone a bad person, just as everyone says that guns don't make people shoot up schools. People shoot up schools, okay? Money is very helpful. Hasn't there ever been a time where you're just like, wow, that meal was delicious. In fact, I loved it. It was so good. And have you ever went, thank you, money, for providing this for me. I appreciate you. This tasted so good. Thank you so much. Like, I am so happy about this. Like, I do not complain about my bills. Guys, I don't. I can complain if other people are having to help me pay my bills because I'm having an issue. Then I'm going to complain because I don't like when other people pay my bills. Like, I've been struggling to the point where I had to loan, or I had to get money from people. That has definitely happened to me. Which, by the way, I still have a couple people that I owe money, and I didn't forget about you. I will be paying every single person back. I keep a very detailed record of who I owe money to. But I do invest in assets and myself first, because that's important. You will drown if you're constantly giving to other people. Like, in the future, if people come and ask me for money, I'm not going to have a problem loaning people money. But there will be a contract involved, because I'm not going to get fucked over. Like, if anybody came to me that I owe money to, I will sign a contract within a second. Double or even triple what they loaned me, because I don't have a problem doing that. I am not the type of person to take money and leave. I do pay back people that I owe, even if it takes a minute. But again, I'll double or triple to pay you back, because I actually I appreciate it. I do. So that's the only time I'm gonna get pissy about my bills, if, god damn it, I didn't make the money to pay this bill. Like, that was somebody else's money and they're helping me. Like, I'm gonna be thankful towards them, but then I'm gonna be like pissy about it. In general, if I'm paying a bill, I am so thankful. Like, oh my god, I was thinking about this the other day. I was paying my car and I was like, oh my gosh, I love my car. I love when, all the ways all the places it takes me. I love how good this car drives compared to my past cars. Like, it's so smooth. The transmission's nice. Ooh, like, I like it, right? I appreciate it. So when I paid that bill, I sat there for a few minutes, and it was a big chunk of money that got taken out, and most people are pissed about that, but I was like, shit, some people don't even have a car. Like, can you imagine not having a car? Like, that would suck. Like, I see people walking sometimes, I'm like, god damn. I hope that they're just walking because they want to, or whatever, but even if it's a cold day, I'm just like, shit. Like, I hope that they get a car soon, if they don't have one, because it really is something a lot of people take for granted. Same with all these other bills. Like, when you are paying something, you're supposed to sit there and be grateful that you have it. 1, because other people don't. 2, because it tells money that you appreciate what money is doing for you. If you are complaining about the things that you are buying, money is like, oh, well, fuck you then. Like, you got to really have that good relationship with money, because that's when you start to learn how to accept more of it in, how to spend more of it. Some people have such a bad relationship with money that if something happens and they run into a bunch of it, they just spend it all or give it away to people just because they don't even feel comfortable having it. Like, there is a lot that goes into the dynamic with money, but you do not need a job to make any of it. Yes, that is a way you can make some of it, but to just live your life to get a job and then die, one, retirement is gone. That was gone, like, I don't even know how many years ago now, but retirement has, that's ran out. Like, that ran out during the baby boomer time, because all the baby boomers are retiring. That, like, that's gone. The government can't keep up with their promises. If you are working a job now and you think that that job is going to be able to pay you when you are retiring, then I'm not going to say you're delusional, because that would make everybody delusional, which technically I feel like a lot of people on the planet are delusional about most things. Definitely think I know that I'm part of the small percentage that actually understands stuff better than a lot of other people. And that's because I go and seek the information. I seek the knowledge. I've always been kind of more of a questioner. When it comes to spiritual journeys, you question things and then you get deeper insights, you know. So, your relationship with money matters. Speak about it as if you actually appreciate every single thing you're buying. Because if you didn't have that money, you wouldn't be able to make that purchase. And how much would it suck if you couldn't, you know? Just be grateful for doing that. And something else I learned, I've read a couple books that have just been about like manifesting it. Ooh, I love these. One is Get Rich, Lucky Bitch by Denise Dunfeld Thomas. I feel like I'm possibly saying her name a little bit wrong, but Get Rich, Lucky Bitch by Denise. Yeah. I don't want to totally butcher everything, but yeah, I mean, how many Get Rich, Lucky Bitch books are actually published, right? It's probably the only fucking one. I recommend it. It's good. And then there's Rich as Fuck by Frances something. Shit. She's in a tub full of money and she's got champagne in her hand. Like, oh my gosh, goals, right? Rich as Fuck and Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. Both of those are books on manifesting money, and they're absolutely incredible. Like, they're amazing. I love them. And in Get Rich, Lucky Bitch, she talks about how you should track how much money you make. And she talks about how if you are making money and you don't acknowledge it and be thankful about it, you're going to make less of it, because you're putting out the frequency, the vibes that you don't have it, right? And that half the time, if you've been asking for more money, and then you get it, and then you don't even notice it, the universe is going to be like, really? Really? And also count the free stuff you get. So every single day, make sure you go through, whether you're writing it down on a paper or an Excel spreadsheet or whatever you do, a notebook, whatever. Write down how much money you make every single day. So whether you manifested something for free, write it down. You got paid, write it down. Be thankful for fucking everything. And then total it up and you might realize, shit, I'm actually making the amount of money that I've been wanting to. I just didn't even notice. I've done this before. Or you realize, shit, I manifest more free stuff than I do cash. Which is a problem a lot of people have. Or a lot of people are really good at manifesting for other people. I'm really good at manifesting for somebody really close to me. I've manifested money when it comes to somebody I'm dating. I was manifesting money for 2 months, and then they got almost the exact same amount, and it was I met me. Denise also talks about that and Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. But track your money. Make sure you're actually keeping track of how much you make, so you know how much you make. You're appreciative of every single goddamn dollar. And make sure you are investing in assets. And guys, it really doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if you are putting money into buying junk cars and then putting money into the parts and then selling them. That's an asset. I literally don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're buying puzzles and then putting them together and gluing them and selling them. That's an asset. Whatever you are specifically doing to flip your money, make your money work for you. What are you going to put money into for that money to come back? What are you good at? What are your skills? Start asking how. Ask how, and the universe will work to help you. Not only your brain will work to help you, but the universe, your guides, your ancestors. The universe likes to help you. But half the time, people aren't very concise about even what they want. So it's also very helpful to like write down your goals regularly, so you at least know what you're working towards. The universe I noticed it's kind of funny sometimes, like, if you don't really know what you want, they're going to kind of throw something at you, and they're kind of looking at it like, what the fuck is this? Like, because you need to be more specific. You need to be precise. The universe likes precise things. So if you're manifesting things, be precise about the amount. Don't say, I want more money. The universe is going to be like, what? Like, heard that before? Like, no, like, how much do you want? Like, do you want an extra 5,000 by next month? Like, how much do you want? Be precise about it. And then you can start manifesting through the books as if you already have it. Trust that you are responsible, especially if you start reading these money books. You're going to be like, shit, you're going to learn things from these rich people. And you don't have to be a stubborn fucking, I don't want to say stubborn about, I am very stubborn, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You don't have to be a bad person when it comes to money. In Get Rich Lucky Bitch, I was listening to the audiobook the last couple days, and she had said something about how in all of the movies, the rich people are depicted as, wicked, evil, and all sorts of shit. And she's like, no wonder why we have such bad relationships with money. It's because we're programmed that rich people are, are bad and shit. I feel like it gets depicted that way because some of them definitely are, but that's just because of their personality, like, it really is. Or what their parents inflicted on them as a young child when it came to money. That can also be a problem. But again, I could probably ramble about this forever, but I don't want to be like repeating too much. I want you to actually get value if you're going to be watching this for this long. So it's very important to not only get the knowledge about money that your parents weren't able to teach you, probably because their parents couldn't teach them, because, you are either raised in a rich family or you were not. And that is, if you were not, that is not your fault, and it's not your parents' fault that they didn't teach you what you need to know. No. If anything, it's the government, because they be fucking shit up. You know how you're at a job? It's a little side note. You're at a job and they're like, don't discuss how much you make with other people. What the fuck you mean? So you can fucking fuck over half of us? You don't want us to talk about how much we make because you want us to just keep getting fucked over? It's because they know when you start talking about it, everyone's going to have to make equal. They can't just monopolize and fuck with how much each person is making and skim money from certain people or whatever. Like, you are supposed to talk about how much money you're making. So then your company can't fuck everybody over. It's like that with the government. They're monopolizing everything and fucking, like, people who make money are not bad people. Okay? Now, yes, some people are bad people with money, but again, that's just bad people. It's really like the governments and everything that was set up in the system and the people that are in charge of being like, yeah, no, we're only going to talk about X, Y, and Z in school in the financial class. Because I took one of those financial classes, I remember, and it was very fucking vague, okay? It was. I didn't learn shit in there. I learned about a fucking CD in the bank. Oh, like, we gonna get rich off fucking CDs? Are you kidding me? No. Like, anyway, like, I'm not saying that CDs aren't a good tool, but goddamn, like, you really ain't teaching us shit. Anyway, I hope this has helped you, or at least I've provided you with some resources and gave your brain an idea of, shit, there's some other things I can do. This just came to mind. This is called outsourcing. So I already talked about outsourcing a little bit, but I got a little twist on it. So basically, anything that you want to do, you can pay somebody else to do it for you. That is outsourcing. Like I said, you can hire a ghostwriter to write your book. That's outsourcing. At one point in time, I hired somebody to write an ebook, and then I ended up just not finishing and just dumping that project, which is kind of funny. But anyway, I write my own stuff now. Everything that has been published and will be published is mine. God, I feel like I'm a little bit itchy, and this is making my head all red. So, You can do that for just about anything. Go on Fiverr. 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 It's for outsourcing. I actually have a gig on there. I don't know if I've talked about this. I do coaching, like spiritual and twin flame coaching. Well, I will sit there and text you for sessions. It's kind of like therapy sessions where the price is cut out by like how many hours, basically. I don't like video chats and stuff. That's like, I think the only reason I'm okay with this right now is the fact that it's not live. And if something drastic happens, I can just delete it and start over again. When it comes to video chats, that's like, you can't stop anything else happening in the background, or like everything is just live, and that's I'm still gonna have an issue when I try to get on live videos, because that just seems like a problem to me. I like to control things. Not like a controlling person, but when it comes to like my content and shit, basically. So you can outsource like anybody do anything. Go on Fiverr, and there's all sorts of shit you can do on there. Again, you don't need to come through me. If you would like spiritual and twin flame coaching, I am one of the only people who do that type of stuff. I've seen a couple other people do it, but I know I'm a little different. And I think I can provide you a little more value than some of these other people. Well, obviously not all of them. I'm not just the best at this, but I did kind of browse around at some of the competition. I was like, because I can read people's vibes and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I mean, I'm not judging anybody. I hope everybody gets a bunch of customers, So you can go on Fiverr, and like, there's so many things, especially when you're building a business online. There's so many things. Like, I had done this once. I don't remember what it was, but when I was on my website, there was just something that I couldn't do. Like, I built my entire website myself. Like, I did that shit. And then my Shopify, I built that shit all by myself. There was just one thing that I had some issue with in the back that I had to pay somebody on Fiverr to go in there and try to fuck with it, because I was just not qualified at all when I came to that section. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm going to fuck this up. So if you need help in whatever you're doing, you can hire somebody to help you. Like, people put their services on there if they're really good at something, right? Like, I'm only going to put shit I'm good on there. I might put on like logo design, because I am really good at logo design. I'm very good at that. So I might put a gig on there where I'll design your logo. But in general, I'm only going to put things on there I'm good at, right? Like, especially because they do reviews and all that. Like, if you are not good at something, you're going to get bad reviews, and then nobody's going to pay for it, right? Like, if you go on Fiverr and look at all the stuff, you'll see all the hundreds, thousands of reviews, and it's all genuine, so you're hiring someone who's good at what you're doing. 47 minutes. Okay, let's try to stop this before 15 minutes. I might come on and make more money videos as time goes on. One, just because I want to update them, and the more I talk on YouTube, I know I'm gonna get more precise, and my brain is gonna be like more one-tracked, and I'm not gonna veer off as much. So I know I'm just gonna get better with videos as time goes on. But I'm also gonna have new information for you guys, because I'm gonna continue on my financial journey, just getting more prosperous, because that's what I'm going for, right? And I'm not just going to be like, oh, because I want the fancy car, and I want the freedom. I want that time freedom. I don't want to ever have to go to a job for money ever again. I don't want my kids to have to suffer. Like, I'm breaking this curse for my family. Anyway. So, outsourcing is a big thing that you can do. Let's see, there's also side gigs, like hella side gigs. Like, something I like to research side gigs, and something I had recently came across was garbage bin cleaners, like trash cans. People, if you buy a power washer and then go out and power wash people's trash cans, they'll pay you like $50 a trash can to power wash their trash cans, like once a week or something, like the video had said. Like, and not every single fucking neighborhood has someone to do that. Like, even if people do that, they are only going to do that in certain, whether they do it in their neighborhood or they drive to a rich neighborhood to do it, or you know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of side hustles where you have to invest a little bit and suddenly you work for yourself. Like, what do you got to do? Get a little power washer. You got to fucking print some business cards, put them on people's doors, like in a neighborhood, and that's it. And then see how many people you can get to just every week. You just go and power wash their garbage cans. Like, that is still exchanging your time for money, but that is where you work for yourself. And then you get to more kind of, fool around. You get more time freedom in that. Like, technically, that's still kind of a just over broke, just because it's still capped. Like a book, when you publish a book, it's not capped. Half the people in the world could buy that book. It's not capped. You put the time in once versus the garbage can. It's still capped for how much time it takes to do a garbage can and then the money. But you immediately have a time freedom. You're not stuck at a job for those hours every single fucking week. Like, you could wake up earlier in the morning and go do the garbage cans, or you could do it later in the afternoon. You could do one garbage can, have a snack. Like, you get more of that time freedom, and then that kind of opens the door for other things. Like, when it comes to the topic of money, they taught us the little box. Now, yes, the little box is legitimate. It is. But there is so much more than that little goddamn fucking box, okay? Like, you can't just be focusing on that box. Like, you don't have a job, you're not going to make any money. Like, it's like the biggest lie on the fucking planet, to be honest. Like, what? I mean, I understand. I'm not saying what, like, dumbfounded, because I know. You and everyone fucking else was taught that. So I understand where the confusion comes in, but to the point where people can straight up think that till their grave. And then, like, even when you try to explain to them that there's more than jobs, and they're just like, job. And you're like, yeah, I don't think this one's getting it. Like, but hopefully you guys are understanding what I'm putting down. I'm giving you guys some information that I really hope is going to help you. Because again, there's so many things you can do for money. It is literally an exchange. What do people need? What service do people need that you can help them with? And if you're lucky, you can sell that again and again and again. Like, I'm happy that I am an author now, because that means that as I write books, I could sell out. And that's not even a thing. Like, you can't sell out of books. You can continue to publish them. Like, there ain't no, oh, that's all of them. Like, no. That's not capped. It's not capped at all. You can sell as many fucking books, as people want to buy, as you bark it out. And I am also I'm not getting into, I got into this like months ago, and I kind of set it to the side, like designing t-shirts, and while I was doing shower curtains and all sorts of stuff and canvases, and I'm going to get back into designing. And one thing that I really like, see, I'm working with Printify, so all I do is design it, and I set it up, on, which I'm going to do on get my Shopify back up and running. It's going to be on my Shopify and on my Etsy. So then you just make the product and then post it, and then worry about, like, strategically, the advertisement. How are people going to see it? Because people can't buy a product if they don't know it exists, right? So either Facebook ads or Etsy ads, combination of both, right? What I really liked is I'm starting to sell some of them as digital downloads. I'm not going to do that for a shirt, but like, say, the shower curtain and canvas ones, you can download those and make them phone wallpapers. You can download them and then print it on whatever the hell you want, because you bought the download for the photo. Those, again, digital downloads, you do the work once. That's it. Like, I'm going to do that download and upload it, and that's it. Like, besides the advertising and the marketing, that can be paid for and downloaded again and 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 again. Because it's passive. It happens when you're sleeping. Passive income is when the real money is made. That's passive income. It's work you did once and that you're going to continue to get paid for. Books, different digital downloads. Let's think about another one. Courses. Yes, because you can build the course and then people can go through it, Could have 5 people in line for your course, could have 500, could have 5 million. Passive income is where the fuck it's at. So you need to be investing money into your asset column and try to make some of those passive. Like, I get it. Everybody has different sets of skills and abilities. So, like, the same person who, let's say, is working on cars, you can't really make that passive. Like, it is definitely a side hustle and will make you extra money, and you are your own boss. But it's kind of hard to do that when you're sleeping. You know what I mean? You can't just suddenly wake up and I sold 50 cars. Like, you know, passive income is the combination of being able to invest your money correctly and getting passive income is where the fuck it's at. Because when it comes to income streams, what do you think? A job? You know, like, income streams is something that is paying you money. So it could be a job, could be something else, could be whatever. Like, I'm going to monetize my blog. That's going to be one. Books. That's another. Like, or maybe each book will be its own income stream. Or, like, my designs. Like, different things are different income streams. Like, to the point where, let's just break it down. On Etsy, I'm going to be doing a shit ton of these designs because I love doing them. They make me feel good. I used to do them and just put them on social media, and it would just kind of help inspire people, and I realized, wow, these could be on shower curtains, canvases, all sorts of shit, and people would absolutely buy the shit out of these because I have an eye for design. I'm good at designing, right? I used to crank one out every single fucking day. I can crank one out in about 10 minutes. So if I crank a design out and I put it out as a digital download for someone to buy it, if they want to print it out, make it a wallpaper, you know, print it on a pillow, whatever the hell they want to do with it. They're the buyer, right? That's none of my business anyway. I'm just happy that they're buying it and they're going to get use out of it, that they're going to absolutely love it, right? So I want to make all my designs the best I can so that however people want to use them, they love them, right? Now, say I do that every single day and then I advertise it. I'm feeling like one design is an income stream. Like one digital download design. Because that's an income stream if you count each one. Because somebody can have 10 designs that are, or 10 digital downloads. They don't even have to be designs. That's just what I do. Like, other people, they'll do like different templates, different resume templates or whatever you can download, all sorts of shit, right? Different clip art. There's literally so much. But what I am an artist, so that's just what I'm good at. That's what I'm stick with for the most part. So think if I, put one out every day for a year and then I marketed all those. That's 365 different streams of income that suddenly I can wake up and say 10 people bought each of them. You know what I mean? Like, and then the weird thing when it comes to money, this is something a lot of people don't even fucking realize. This is what I said I could make an entire whole video on, which I probably will. But I'll just kind of touch on this a little bit. Your vibration affects all that. See, you can publish a book and advertise it all you want. But what if you have this fear, or you keep telling yourself nobody's going to buy it? Nobody's going to find it. Nobody likes it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're putting out the vibrations of lack. You're putting out the vibration that for some reason you don't think it's worth the value that you're charging it for. For some reason you think that you're not suitable enough to give that information, or, I mean, really, it's a question just to ask yourself. There's literally thousands of reasons why you could feel that way. But you could also publish that book, and then you could sit there and think, oh my God, I can't believe all the people I'm going to help. Oh my God, I can't believe all the people this is going to reach. And then imagine yourself like on television talking about your book. Imagine signing books at a book deal and people saying how much your book helped them. And what you think about matters because it puts out that vibration. And that your vibration, it just goes out into the world and it affects everything. See, depending on how you are vibrating can give you those sales or nothing, depending on how you're feeling about it. And that's a little bit crazy, but you have to be open to the idea and comfortable. and know that what you are charging is worth the value of what you're selling, right? You have to feel comfortable about this. This has to be all aligned. It's a really long video. It's okay. It's okay. I'm providing value. I'm just sorry. I'm a little bit blabby about other things, right? Again, I'm only going to get better. So, it is possible for you to make more money than you are currently making. It is possible. I know a lot of people are kind of about the whole topic. We much of us were raised with kind of different fucked up ideals on money, right? A lot of people just stick to that. A lot of people don't even try to venture out of that. Like, there's been several times where I try to help people, try to give people tips on how to make more money, and they just straight up mad at me. Like, they just mad. They just big mad. Like, I don't know if it's immediately they just think that I was some sort of privileged child or something. Like, anybody that knows me in real life knows that I was not a privileged child. Like, no. In fact, to the point where half these people see me today, they probably won't even recognize me, because I definitely was not a privileged child. I remember always getting used clothes, and it wasn't even always. Like, sometimes it was like, oh, we're not even getting used clothes this year, but it'd be used clothes, and then I'd be like cutting them up and like sewing them together and doing all sorts of broke girl shit, like kind of to just customize my clothing and do what I wanted with them, because this is what I got and this is what I want. So then I would just fuck around and just layer and do all sorts of shit. But it was pretty obvious that I had like hygiene issues, but that was mostly because of like mental health issues as a child, I want to say. But I'm better with all that now. But yeah, in general, I was not a privileged child at all. I was the opposite of privileged, okay? Like, again, because I had a curse in my family. So anybody that goes to say that somehow all the money just fell in your lap, like, that's strictly based on other people's judgment. How other people view you with money is going to be strictly based on how they feel about themselves and how that is triggering them. That has nothing to do with you. You got to understand that. That has to do with them. So, as long as you're comfortable with yourself and know that you are getting yourself, the proper information to learn how to make money, and you are deciding that I know that money is not going to change me, or money is going to change me for the better. That is possible, and as long as you know that you're that type of a person, then you don't have to feel guilty about shit, okay? Everyone is going to try to make you feel guilty because they didn't even think they could even do it. They didn't even think they could, let alone did they try and actually put in the effort. You know what I mean? Like, anyone who looks at me like, oh, you just get shit. Like, yeah, like I didn't just work my ass off for 6 years, right? Like, what? It's all just, what is that called? Projecting. It's like I was saying projecting and projection at the same time. That is projection. And when it comes to the topic of money, a lot of people get really, really about it. And I understand why. I have so many experiences myself when I had my own issues with money. I seriously did. I had to work through them, and I still am working through them. Like, it's less of a wall that you knock down and more of like layers, kind of like an onion, with like when it comes to money issues and getting down to actually understanding money, being able to spend money, feeling comfortable with money. It's really an onion, seriously. And if you clicked on this video and watched this the whole way through, I would like to personally congratulate you, one, for your patience when it comes to me and my being off topic, and two, because a lot of people probably got pissy when they saw the title and saw the topic of this video. They probably got judgmental, probably got a little maybe watched 2 minutes and rolled their eyes and clicked off. But if you watch this whole video, that means that you're different. That means that you're looking for the information that you need. That means that you're open to learning the knowledge when it comes to money, and you understand that money isn't all that it's chalked out to be. It's actually so much more, like, in a better way, if that makes sense. It's not the negative connotation that everybody gives it. Like, yeah, it's twisted in there, but in a weird, fucked up, twisted way. Like, again, somebody's like, why would you be going shopping and going and doing all this stuff and blah, blah, blah? Why are you trying to get rich when there's people across the world that don't eat? Like, well, someone's got to fucking feed them, don't they? Like, fucking somebody's got to donate food. Like, you got the food to donate with your just over broke? Because, I know when I had a just over broke, I fucking didn't. Like, you know, like, it's twisted shit. Like, our world should not be set up the way it is. Unfortunately, it is, though. And you know what? I'm just going to play the cards that they're the way that they're meant to be played so that I can make my money. And then I'm going to help other people with my money because I know I'm a good person. I know. I've had people straight up tell me, why would you be trying to make money? Like, what are you trying to be, some, like, bitch or something? Like, no. Like, no. Okay? I am a very, very generous person, and I am learning how to put up boundaries. If I just got rich, say the second year that I was working on getting rich, if I got rich that second year, I would have gave my money the fuck away to everybody. I wouldn't have even had any money anymore. Now I'm putting up boundaries to the point where I know that I need to pour into me before I pour into you. Because before, I would drain myself for other people. Anyone who knew me years ago would know that I've clearly glowed up now because I put more effort, energy, care, everything, time into myself. I did not do that. I gave to other people before I gave to myself, right? So I know goddamn well that I'm going to continue putting my effort into the asset column. I'm going to continue putting my time, effort, and money into my asset column so that I can build that, grow generational wealth for my family, and that when I have enough money to just be going around willy-nilly having a bunch of money, you know, being one of those people just taking pictures in Paris, if I'm getting out of my car and I'm gonna have a valet park my car, I have no problem giving that valet a tip. I have no problem tipping fucking every goddamn fucking person that's doing anything for me, because I'm sorry, what are you doing if you're hoarding all your wealth anyway? Like, some people are seriously the whole, look at me, I got all this money, come get on my dick. Like, I don't know, you guys, I really don't. But, like, I am a very good person. And I know how I can spend my money. And I know that if you can hear me right now, like, if you're still watching at this point and you're understanding what I'm saying, then I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying, right? You get the choice who you want to be. You get to choose. Nobody's going to make you a dick, okay? It is your choice. This kind of reminds me of the part that was, it was a part that was in Rich as Fuck. I know, she talks about how, like, if your maid and your bellman and all these different people, if you pay them a shitty salary and treat them like shit, they're not gonna like you, right? Like, that's it, period. It's not that people aren't gonna like you if you have money. Like, yeah, some won't, just because you're not giving it to them, or they made some or you made some and they couldn't, you know. But in general, people are not gonna hate you unless you're a fucking shitty person, okay? Seriously. People are not, everyone's just not gonna just fucking hate you just because you have money, unless you're just a bad fucking person, period. So I trust that, well, I'm giving this information to you, trusting that the universe is not going to show you this video if you're a bad person. So I'm trusting that I'm giving this information to the right people, and I'm very excited to continue to be open about this type of stuff. This was a part in the other book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch. She talked about how she would love to hear, like, Oprah Winfrey talk about what it's like opening her bank statements and all this stuff, but a lot of rich people don't talk about money. When it comes to, like, famous people and money, all you hear is, like, you know, how much money they blew on whatever the fuck. You hear breakups or how they lost all their money, or they never actually talk about their money. I'm going to continue to talk about my money as I make more money because I think that's important. I want to empower more people to be able to make some goddamn fucking money. Like, this planet doesn't need to be set up like this anymore. Like, I don't care if all the rich people about to fucking hate me because I'm gonna spill all the secrets. Like, okay? So, I think this video is long enough. I've never put a video this long on anywhere. So it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for me, but I'm proud of myself. And I really hope I gave you some value. And of course, I know I'm going to be posting more about this topic because they say if nobody was listening, or they say everything has been said, or some shit like that. Like, no, there is nothing new under the sun. This is in an Austin Kleon book, by the way. Steal Like an Artist, I believe. I recommend Steal Like an Artist and Show Your Work if you're an artist. Those two are fucking amazing. Anyway, he said it was like a quote. I don't know who said it, but it was in the book. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that has been said has been, or when everybody, okay, I'm totally butchering this because I don't remember the exact. This is an estimate, okay? There's nothing new under the sun. Everything has been said again, but since nobody was listening, everything has to be said again. So, you know I'm going to continue to talk about this topic because there are so many people that, one, aren't going to even come across this video and need to know this information. So this will be talked about again. If you have specific questions about money, I just saw 11111. If you have specific questions about money, please put them in the comments because I would love to answer them. Because again, I could just babble on forever and then like I could know the specific answer to your specific question, but because I don't know you have a question, I can't answer it. So I'm just trying to be general right now, right? So I'm gonna close this video because I'm sure you guys got stuff to do, and definitely read Rich Dad Poor Dad like today. Like, that book is necessary because everybody should know the things that rich people teach their children that should be taught in schools, not just taught to rich children, right? Like, or parents of, or children of rich parents, you know what I mean? Anyway, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you feel comfortable, share it with somebody. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So I will probably be back on again tomorrow. And I hope you guys have an incredible day or night. I don't know where you are in the world or when you're watching this, but sending you all the love and good vibes. If you guys would like to, you can support my channel by donating to my Cash App, which is that Zenlife420. Or you can just check out my link tree, which will be in the description for my social media, my new book, really a bunch of shit. I got my website on there. I'm going to continue to just kind of build up my link tree over the years because it's not going away. So, yeah, that's about it. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night. Again, I already said that. So, bye.